Hey, Orion Hef here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about emergent strategy and how to let your purpose emerge. The reason you're here isn't something that you're here to do for the rest of your life, and you won't find it in a book, in a course, in a seminar, or anything like that. Your purpose is actually something that emerges moment by moment by moment. And we're going to dive deep into that. But first, I just want to remind you that we are doing a human design reading giveaway. We're giving it away at the 50 subscriber mark. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, hit that like button, and the more videos you comment on, the more chances you're going to have to win the human design reading. It's a 2-hour reading, one-on-one with me, normally a $397 value at the 50 subscriber mark. I'll be talking again about that at the end of the video. For now, let's dive in. So the term emergent strategy, I can absolutely not take credit for. It is the incredible author and individual and amazing being, Adrienne Maree Brown, who wrote the book called Emergent Strategy. And when I first found this book years back, I was blown away. It helped validate a lot of things for me, ways I viewed the world, philosophies I had, but it put it into words that I quite couldn't do. So I highly recommend you buy that book if you haven't. It's linked in the description below. Now, I'm going to share my philosophy on emergent strategy and perhaps weave in some things from the book as well, but mostly my philosophy. And for me, emergent strategy before Adrienne Maree Brown, the best way I could describe it was realizing that trying to go after my big purpose was not working. So when I was in the corporate world and quit in 2010, my big dream was to start a nonprofit in Kenya. And I had this big dream for a long time, for a few years then. And I was trying to figure out how I could make enough money, enough online income passively or through an online business where I could move to Kenya and volunteer full time and still take care of myself and my bills. So I spent years after long work days and being abused by this company, working 80-hour work weeks and told it was what I had to do to get my promotion and move up the ladder and all of these things. So 80-hour work weeks, really long days, going home and trying to build an online business to create the replacement income to allow me to then quit my job, to then live my dream. A lot of conditions. And I was trying to make it happen. I was trying to force it. I was trying to do like affiliate marketing for something I really wasn't passionate about, and it just wasn't working until I decided to quit and to just focus on the next step. And I talked about this a lot in a video a few weeks back that should be popping up around here about how to change careers when you're lost or when you're feeling lost. So I encourage you to watch that video as well. But when I did quit, I started to focus on the next step. And I realized that purpose is too big right now. And I don't even know how to do it. And I don't really know how to get there and all of these things. So I started just by focusing on doing work I love, taking a step in the direction of I'm going to get paid to do work I love. And a whole bunch of serendipitous events that I mentioned in that video linked above led me to making that move to Kenya in 2013 and volunteering full-time while having an online income. But it wasn't the path I wanted to draw out. It wasn't that linear line. That path brought me to be a dog trainer, a tutor, a calculus professor, English teacher in Spain. It led me all around Europe. It led me to Portland, Oregon. It led me to Australia. It led me to all these crazy places to eventually land and have the perfect synchronistic events line up so that I could fulfill that dream. And it took 3.5, 4 years. But it was, what I can see looking back, the fastest path, the fastest trajectory, because it gave me all the skills and resources and people and relationships I needed to get there. So what I realized was that my purpose was emerging. It wasn't something that I had to figure out or know. If I'm stepping in a direction, if I'm following the wisdom of my body, following my truth, then I'm going to meet the people that I need to meet to help me create that life I truly desire, which is the second piece. So first piece is inner core stability, really like getting in touch with my truth and not what my mind thinks I should do, because my mind is filled with all of the beliefs of what I think I should do based on what society has told me I should do or who I should be or how I should navigate the world. To come back to the wisdom, the intuitive wisdom, the insights, that wisdom that when I was a 5-year-old kid or a 3-year-old kid and I knew I wanted a toy, and if I couldn't have it, I was going to cry and scream because I wanted it. I knew what I wanted. I was very clear in expressing it. To where that clear knowing, that clear I know what I want and I'm going to follow my truth got suppressed instead of refined. So society represses and oppresses and says, don't make the safe decisions. Don't do anything too risky. Don't follow your heart. Like, trust your mind, think out the pros and cons. instead of saying trust your heart and add in some logic. And tantrums aren't going to work when you're 25, so bringing in some refinement but to still trust the wisdom of your body, that gets taught away from us. So the invitation in this video is to reconnect to that deep knowing within you, within your heart, within your gut, your instincts, your intuition, what you know, not what you think, what you know beyond logic, beyond thoughts, and to really surrender into that. And in the face of a society that wants you to fall in line, that wants you to reward you for playing the game that they want you to play, and to build up your stability to live in the unknown. Because following your heart is often going to guide you off the known path, off the path of pros and cons, the path of what you can determine and predict with logic. Your heart sometimes is going to guide you to a situation that doesn't make sense, but until after it. It doesn't make sense until after you meet the person, after you experience the thing, and then you look in hindsight and you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So building trust in yourself. What emerges from that is in your relationships. And this is really, really important, that your relationships are here, your friendships, your intimate partnerships, your business collaborations, your team members, teammates, they're all there to help refine your core stability. Because it's really, really easy to be, or not really, really easy, but it's one thing. Let me say this. It's one thing to find your core stability when you're by yourself, when you're not in a romantic partnership, when you're not in a business collaboration, when you're just doing your thing. But then what happens when you get a partner or this collaborator or this potential opportunity comes, and now you're interacting with other personalities, and now there's tension and there's triggers and all of these things. That's the universe saying like, oh, you think you're stable? You think you've got your core stability? You think you're centered? You think you found your way? What about now? What about now? What about now? What about now? What about with this person? What if this person says this? What if you get this opportunity and handle it this way? It's all there to strengthen your core stability, because to really live out your purpose, it's about, can you be in your center regardless of what's happening around you, so that you can plug in to other people, to other connections, to other communities, to other businesses, to other opportunities that require you to be fully you. And you're going to call in unconsciously, energetically, your vibrational reality underneath the physical reality is going to naturally resonate with the people that are going to come into your life to poke, not to make your life hard, but to help you refine, to help you understand where you end and the other begins, and to really get clear about what you need and what boundaries you need and how you work with people in order to stay in your center. So your relationships are a gift. All of the challenges, all of the things you've been through, to help you refine how you can take responsibility for getting off your center, to notice where we blame the other, where you blame your relationships. Oh, if only this person were like this, I would be able to be more calm, or I'd be able to be more productive in my business, or blah, 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 blah. And I've done this a lot, believe me, as someone who, I don't know if you know attachment styles, but someone who has an anxious attachment style, a wounding pattern based in fears of abandonment and things like that. I have blamed a lot of my relationships for my issues, and I still do sometimes, but I catch myself more and more and more. And I practice using those opportunities and situations to come into closer refinement of my core stability. Because what emerges when you have really aligned relationships, where the boundaries are clear and you're able to stay centered no matter what the other person is doing, now you can stay centered in a larger array of circumstances, which allows your purpose to emerge with so much more ease. It allows you to connect with the right people in the right way, so that you're not doing all the work yourself. Now, if you just try to force your purpose when you don't even have individual core stability, it's going to be an uphill battle. You're going to have to use the techniques society taught you, which is to force it, to try to figure it all out with your mind, to use your willpower to try to make it happen. Meanwhile, you're hurting your health, exhausting your body, and tiring out your mind. Instead, when you really focus on alignment, first inside you, then in your relationships, then letting your purpose emerge from there, you're removing a lot of resistance from your path. And this is the idea of emergent strategy. And Adrienne Maree Brown in her book talks a lot about biomimicry and how this is about mimicking how nature actually works. One example she gives is the mycelial network. Mycelium is the largest organism on Earth. It is the root system of mushrooms, and it's the communication network for the forests. It's connecting all of the different organisms and different parts of the forest through the mushrooms together into one giant network. And as humans, we are one giant network. It's about finding and aligning to your unique place in it energetically, and being in alignment and operating from that truth, that inner truth that is beyond the mind, so that you can have everything unfold with a lot more ease. So that's the emergent strategy. And I also invite you to explore a system called the Gene Keys that I've worked with and just really love. The link to that book is below as well. It's a really, really powerful tool. And you can get your free profile at genekeys.com. And you can enter in your birth information, get a powerful profile out. And you're going to see, if you read up into it a little bit, 3 sequences: the life activation sequence, the Venus sequence, and the Pearl sequence. The life activation sequence is about individual core stability. The Venus is about the relational core stability that can emerge from that. And then the Pearl sequence is about the core stability and your purpose that emerges from that. So I really invite you, from this video, the main takeaway is to notice where you are trying to force, fix, and figure it out, the 3 F's, and switch to the 3 A's that I always talk about: awareness, acceptance, and alignment. Become aware of where you're trying to force, fix, and figure it out. Accept those parts of you that have learned to do that as survival mechanisms in a society that makes you trade in your power for acceptance, makes you fall in line to feel safe. And as you align to your truth again, you can start to create your own safety and learn how to navigate the world, and remember how to navigate the world from your core stability outside of the rules of society. And then so in your relationships, and then your purpose gets to emerge and you get to receive abundance for that purpose. And this gets to be cyclical, right? So that doesn't mean wait until you've done all the alignment work before you start living out your purpose. No, your purpose emerges one step at a time. So as you align yourself, align one particular relationship, more of your purpose can flow, and on and on and on. So hope this video was supportive. Any thoughts, any questions, you want to share your journey a little bit, leave a comment below. I get back to everybody. So I'm excited to hear from you. And just real quick about the giveaway again, we're giving away a 2-hour human design reading one-on-one with me at normally $397 for free at the 50 subscriber mark. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and like the button. The more videos you leave comments on, the more times you'll be entered into the contest to win the reading. So if you don't know what human design is, check out some of the videos on my channel. It's an amazing system to help you understand how to listen to the wisdom of your body and trust it. And so I'd love to dive in with you, and I hope you're having a beautiful day.